My name is Sean Thornton. I was named after the John Wayne character in The Quiet Man. My mom's a big John Wayne fan. Originally from Springfield, Illinois. Raised and grew up there, and got my associate's degree from Lincoln Land in Springfield. And my then girlfriend, now wife, convinced me I need to finish my 4-year degree, and I came to the most affordable school I could come to, that fit in my budget at the time, and that's why I'm here now. Always been interested in art. Got my undergraduate in graphic design. Currently working on my master's in communications, and currently working for the university that I got my undergraduate from. So it's I've come here and I liked it a lot. Struggled a little bit after undergraduate school to find a job in my field, but eventually got there. And by that time, my fiance, now wife, moved in with me, and she started getting some headway in a career at State Farm, which ultimately didn't pan out, but she's very involved and entrenched in her current job in the mortgage industry around here. So we've sort of stayed in the area, partly by happenstance, partly by what we prefer. It's a nice area.
Did you feel welcomed whenever you first got here?
Yeah, I suppose. When I came up here, I searched for a roommate or people looking for roommates, and moved in with a guy that was a stranger to me before that. It turns out we went to the same high school, however, and him a few years after me, because I'm a bit of a non-traditional student, so it took me a few years to get my 4-year degree. And my work environment was friendly, inviting. The school was, okay. Wasn't disregarding, but wasn't, they didn't invite me over for dinner, all the professors. Like that. But that was all right. That was 99, so 15 years.
How has the community changed, positively or negatively?
I think for specifically Normal, and what I still like to refer as downtown Normal, and it's changed greatly, except for the slightly uppity marketing with Uptown. I'm not an Uptown believer. I know business owners downtown here that were against the marketing move, and as they told me most of the owners down here were, but they still went with it. Besides that, it's a beautiful town. What they've done economically and architecturally, it's been a boon. You can come down here any day of the week, any time of the day, and there's people down here shopping and living, and it's wonderful. And why?
If you want to play on Thursday,
that's a good thing. I don't know why. It's a little bit mind-boggling to me, but as far as the area, it's still beautiful. It's got wonderful schools. Now it's a major concern of mine, having 2 daughters. The school districts are fantastic. With all the industry that's in town, and hopefully stays in town, it's a great place to live.
Can you think of your happiest moment?
Oh, when my daughters were born, without a doubt, the day I got married, the day that I was lucky enough for the woman that married me to not reconsider. That was fantastic. And the day both my daughters being born, completely and utterly out of my depth and nerve-wracked with the first one. They had to rush my wife off into surgery immediately after the birth, so there was this flurry of activity with all these health professionals there, and all of a sudden it was just me holding this brand new 5-pound baby with one nurse that said, "Okay, come with me." Now all of a sudden I was your father, and just being terrified beyond belief, but quickly getting into the mode of being a father. And by the time we had our second one, it was just another day at the hospital. Like, yeah, let's get this done. And they handed it to me. I knew exactly what to do. I was totally relaxed and at ease with it. And she is, I mean, they're both extreme personalities. One exceptionally outgoing and extroverted. The other one pretty introverted. Very magnetic to look at. I mean, I'm sure I'm biased by talking about my children, but they're awesome. They're two great individuals, and unless I do something terrible to completely screw that up, hopefully they'll keep it going and grow up to be wonderful people.
So, do you remember who you were before you were a father and a husband? Can you think back to, like single Sean?
Yeah. Listless and directionless. Sean, hanging out with friends most of the time, Sean, and not taking his education very seriously, Sean. Yeah, I remember that quite well. Miss a great deal of it fondly. The low stress of life, that was something it was nice, but I wouldn't trade this for the world. Yeah, I mean, he needed to grow up. He still has a lot of growing up to do, but it's happening slowly but surely. My wife and 2 daughters are making sure of that.
What advice might you give some other first-time parents?
I was going to say relax and don't worry, but no, worry quite a bit. But at the same time, relax. You take it in stride. Your baby's going to fall and bonk their head. They're going to do it a lot. You get used to what to look for, and if it's bad enough, get to the emergency room. But yeah, relax. Be yourself. Always try to be the best version of yourself you can be to inspire and teach your children. Enjoy it, because what they say is true. It goes quick. It goes quicker than you can believe.
So, where do you see yourself ending up then with hoping to be the illustrator?
Ideally, I want to be a at-home freelance illustrator, and hopefully working for clients that pay the bills, but are have ideals and motivations aligned with mine. I would really like to do work for non-for-profit companies, for people that are helping other people. I want to do work and be able to do enough work and make enough money that I can, start some fund myself for kids in need. I really want to help people that need help.
Are you doing right now what you thought you would be doing at this age?
No.
Tell us about it.
That goes back to listless and directionless Sean. He had no idea where he was going to be at this age or what it would look like. I knew I wanted to do something in the field of art, and I knew I wanted to be a father. So in that regard, yeah, I'm doing what I thought I would be, but I following that path, I've certainly formulated what the end goal looks like, and I'm ready to be there. I'm ready to get there at this age. I know I'm not getting any younger, so I need to make that happen soon.
Yeah. What's the biggest hope for your kids? Like, what do you hope for them?
Well, that they have the same opportunity, if not more opportunity, than we in this country have had and what previous generations had. I think the scope of this country seems to be getting more and more narrow as we continue. I think commercial forces, industrial forces, free market forces are aligning to make it harder and harder for people to attain that dream. And I want that to change. I want them to be able to live in a free, democratic environment that is socially conscious. I can't stand hearing about the arguments against socialization of our economy, or just that it's a negative thing to be liberal or to be socially conscious, that to help others is a bad thing, and that it should strictly be free market. I would like our
country?
My kids end up living in a country that looks more like Sweden or an enlightened, intellectually diverse, and progressive society.
What would you want me to make sure I said about you, or a quote that you want to get out? What would you want to leave whoever sees this with from you?
Be nice to each other. Leave the place better than you found it.